If you're going to write your high school exams, whether it is CBSE, IGCSE, or GCSE, any syllabus, so you have to learn about the life processes. And when I have taught life processes, I have realized that one particular topic, troubles a lot. That is the structure of nephron. Now, what is nephron and what exactly is the function? In different syllabus, it is different. Today I have taken the reference book of CBSE. So you'll see the picture, but I'll talk about that in if you're doing GCSE, if you're doing IGCSE, how it will be different. At the same time, you'll understand that what exactly nephron is and how it works. So this particular picture I have taken from the CBSE book, which is available throughout the world for anyone. It's on the official website. So that's why I prefer to take it, no copyright. So let's begin, and I'm going to share my screen as usual, and you're going to show you the picture. So yeah, this is the nephron. Now, what is nephron? Nephron is a filter. It's a filter. Now, the thing, first thing, what it filters then, right? It filters nephron, filters, okay, blood. Okay, it doesn't filter urine. Very important thing to understand. From blood, urine is formed. Okay, so that's one thing. Second thing is it is filtering unit. I don't know why I'm missing one T. Filtering unit. Okay. And interestingly, there are 1 million nephron in each kidney. I am hoping that you already know that there are two kidneys, right? And in each kidney there will be 1 million of, like, give or take, 1 million nephrons. So you can understand that they are the real things from which, because of them, the blood is filtered, completely, thoroughly to become the urine. Now, as you can see this picture, so this is how they are placed in the cortex of the kidney. This is the bowl-like structure. Okay. So cup shaped, I said bowl. Bowl is also a word for in different books, different syllabus, you'll find the bowl shaped, which is called as Bowman's capsule. Okay, and that collects the filtrate. Again, there is a major confusion between filtrate and residue. Filtrate and residue. What is the difference? So first of all, imagine that you're filtering tea or coffee. That would be easy for you to remember. So the tea powder, the dust part, would be the residue. Okay, so it will be mostly solid. And filtrate would be the liquid. So uh, it collects the filtrate. That means not everything comes inside. So in this case, the residue would be the RBC and the protein. That means protein and the RBC, they never enter inside the Bowman's capsule. Why? Because they are large. They're large in size and they cannot get in the tiny holes there. So that is the biggest reason that it cannot get inside the Bowman's capsule. So they go back to the body where they are more important, and it is used there. So protein and RBC, they both go back. And that is why it is important to understand that it doesn't, get, if it starts appearing for some reason, if there is a blood in the urine, or if there is, albumin, this is a type of protein, if it starts appearing in urine, that means something is not right with the kidney filtering process. For CBSE, this kind of information is not important, but I think this only enlightens you more and helps you to understand better because these are life processes, and this chapter is very interesting. More than important, it is interesting that you get to know this informations which are really relevant for you as your own life. So they're closely packed together. Obviously, there are millions of them, so obviously they have to be. Now, the initial filtrate. So this will be the RBC. They're not really solid, but yeah, we can say that they are the residue, RBC and protein. So now what goes inside is this you have to remember for keywords: glucose, amino acid, salts, and major amount of water. Okay, so they all go enter inside the Bowman's capsule. Now, the first part is, as it is not given for CBSE, but as you can see, this all twisted and the tubule part of the nephron, it is called as PCT, which also stands for proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal because it is proximity, closer. Proximal convoluted tubule. Okay. I'm not writing because T part, you understand. And the other end, as you can see, it is away from the, Bowman's capsule. That's why it's called as distal convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted. So it is convoluted, and it is away from the Bowman's capsule. That's why it is called as distal convoluted tubule. I hope you understood. Now, here, it is getting, filtered, and at different stages different things, different substances will be filtered, like glucose will go most of the glucose will go back to the body, all of the glucose will go back to the body. Minerals, salts, all of these things, they are not really the part of the urine. Ideally they should go back to the body in very trace amounts. They can be present in the urine when urine test is done. This kind of results, we observe that what are the things present, because that is the excretory substance of your body, and that tells a lot about how your body is functioning. Is it functioning well or not? So here, as you can see, it is getting back. Now, if you go to the higher A level or something, you'll get to learn that what is the ionic exchange happening here. For any school level, high school level, you don't have to do it. Whether it is GCSE or CBSE or IGCSE, you don't have to really learn it. And so it goes back to the body, right? And then it is coming through this and going back to the body like this, okay? And then it is this loop. Loop is very interesting. Again, for CBSE, you don't have to learn, but for other syllabus, GCSE, IGCSE, even for AP Bio and all, you have to understand it for sure. So this is called as loop of Henle or Henle's loop. Anything is fine. Loop of Henle or Henle's loop, anything is fine. So from here, it goes towards the distal convoluted tubule. Rest everything is a reabsorb for sure. So after the initial filtration, it will be the reabsorption part. And after the reabsorption, if here finally in the distal convoluted tubule, what happens is that water quantity, how much of water should go in the, should be the part of the urine, and that is decided by the pituitary gland, the master gland. Again, you don't have to do it in the 10th CBSE, but in GCSE and IGCSE, again you have to do it. So coming back to it, ADH is the hormone, because this video is not just meant for CBSE. ADH, that is called as anti diuretic hormone. So this is, you know, coming from the pituitary gland, and that will be decided that it will decide that if your body has more water or less water. If your body has less water, body needs water to function, isn't it? If it goes below 50, it could be dangerous. It has to be around 70% and more. So Here it is decided, and after that, rest of the things, which is basically just the urea and the water, will go in the collecting duct. Okay, after the still convoluted tubule, it will go in the collecting duct. And from here, it goes to the bladder, and from bladder to urethra, and then that is excreted out. Okay, and there is interesting information, important information that bladder is muscular. So under nervous control, the detail of the nervous control is you don't have to do at all. So nothing to worry about. In CBSE, it's very limited. As you can see, only this much is there, but still it is confusing. So if you are a CBSE student, you also have to learn how to draw the diagram. This part need not to be exactly this copy. Like you can just convolute the tubule 1 or 2 rounds, that's enough. And for other syllabus, GCSE and IGCSE, you don't have to do anything, right? You just have to know the labels for sure so that you can use them. And sometimes they do ask you to write the labels. So in that particular way, you have to know that what are the labels they ask you, and they sometimes they ask you to true false match the following 1 mark answers. So you know that you know the drill, and keep practicing your past paper no matter which syllabus you follow. Practicing the questions is the right strategy anyway. So watch my video, subscribe my channel. In case you need tutoring, you can always come to me. You can always leave a message to me. There is a phone number given. You can always contact me. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.